Well, good evening everybody. This is Sunday evening and today is the 3rd of September. I'm just sat here very quietly in the sitting room with Sammy Bear, who's here. It's my darling Sammy Bear. Purring, very happily purring, aren't you, Sammy Bear? And he's just looking over his beloved Jack, because he's very fond of Jack, and Jack can't understand it at all. He doesn't get it, do you, Jack? Yes. And we're just look at these two. Sammy Bear has been in one of those sort of silly moods. He's got a bit mumsy. He wants to sit beside me. So they're both just sitting there, looking out through the back door. The time is 7:45. There's a beautiful light out there. Absolutely gorgeous light. And it's sort of the evening light, the dusk, and it's mixed with sort of quite a dark sky because it's been raining. It's very warm outside, very warm. However, in keeping with the living, breathing walls of this old cottage, I have lit the stove because it's very important to keep the chimneys warm and to keep the cottage really well aired. This is one of the things about living in a cottage in the west of Ireland. This cottage is built from stone. So it's been built in the vernacular tradition, and that means, of course, using local methods and local materials. There's very little mortar between the stones of this cottage. So the walls breathe. And actually one of the things that I did when I bought this old place, I took the plaster off most of the walls. There's some plaster remaining, but I really wanted to make it so as the walls could breathe, that any moisture that got trapped in there could escape. All the pelargoniums on the windowsill over there are just so beautiful, they're so vivid. And this, of course, is a very traditional pot plant to have around Irish cottages. I'm not too sure of the reason why. I will find out at some point. But pelargoniums, which many people call geraniums, of course, and they're not. Many of the pelargoniums I have here are, 7-8 years old, maybe more, because I overwinter them in the barn. I put them into a corner of the barn where they're not going to be affected by frost, and I don't give them any water, so I leave them virtually dry. I might just give them a little sprinkling at some point. And then in the early spring I take them out and I empty the pots. I take all the old soil out I put new compost in and give them a really good feed and cut back, and then they start all over again. So I've been looking on the YouTube channel, this YouTube channel, been really very surprised, pleasantly surprised I might add, that there's been so many views. It's getting up, well, it's over 750,000 views, and it's getting up towards 1 million. And about half the videos on here have had like 1,000 views or something like that. Then there's a quarter of them have had, 5, 6, 7,000 views. And then there are a few, not quite a quarter, but quite a few that have had double or treble that, so 10, 15,000 views. And then there's one that's had 140,000 views, which is like incredible. I'm going to take this camera out in a moment and just show you how I've cleared the barn. But it's so comfortable sitting here with my two babies, my two fur babies. This is my beautiful boy, Sammy Birkin. He's just gorgeous. And Sammy Birkin sleeps in my bed every night. And then my beautiful Jack, who is my guardian. Jack sleeps on the big cushion on the floor at the end of my bed, and he keeps me safe. He's a lovely boy. Yeah. Sammy Bear really loves Jack. He watches him a lot. Now Jack, you're being silly. So let me just take this camera out and I'll show you the barn. Got masses of rain here overnight. The sun, the evening sun is just catching the tops of the trees. So here we go. Look at this, almost finished. Not quite, almost. Got a few things to move, and then it's all ready then to store the turf in here. I've been washing some curtains, look, and just hanging them up in here. This is a brilliant place to dry clothes during the wet weather. And I've got a big sheepskin here, which I've sorted out and given a good brush off and put on top of a bale of straw, because that's where the cats like to sit sometimes. You can see all the colours changing. Look, because Jack's come out, Sammy Bear's come out with him. They're very close. It's quite remarkable, I think, for such a big dog and a cat. But Sammy Bear is just so fond of Jack. There's a video actually that I put up a couple of years ago, and I shot it when I was out walking. I was walking Jack, and before I knew it, Sammy Bear had joined us, and so I just shot the entire video of Jack and Sammy Bear walking along together. So it's somewhere here in the library of videos that are up on this channel. It's very funny to watch. Well, I'm not going to make this a long video because I was sort of relaxing, and then I thought to myself that I should just at least take a photograph of Jack and Sammy Bear together. Got some clothes hanging up here as well. Drying. Sammy! He just sat out there on the bench. Sammy! Shh. So, this is just a little evening at the cottage video. Just before I go, I'll just let you see out the window there. The ash trees are beginning to turn colour. They're yellowing. And I'll also show you the pile of books that I have to post tomorrow. And maps. And on that note, I'll say good night to everyone. Blessings.